Chapter 3, Mishnah 7. Produce tends to decrease in quality over time due to natural causes. For example, it is being ruined by mice or decay. Therefore, if produce was entrusted to a shomer and it decreased while in his possession, he may simply give back what remains. He does not have to pay for the loss, since it is normal for produce to become ruined over time. The Mishnah teaches what happens when a shomer of produce cannot just return the owner's produce because it became mixed with his own produce and he does not know how much of the owner's produce is left. If someone deposited produce with his friend and the shomer mixed it with his own produce and then he ate some of the mixed produce but does not know how much he ate, when he returns the produce to the owner, he may deduct for natural decreases. That is, he deducts the proportion by which that type of produce usually decreases over the period of time it was in his safekeeping. The Mishnah defines the usual rates of decrease for some types of produce. With regard to wheat and rice, the usual decrease each year is 9 half kavs for a kor, which is 180 kavs, a proportion of 1/40th. With regards to barley and millet, 9 kavs of a kor, 180 kavs, a proportion of 1/20th. With regard to spelt and flaxseed, 3 sa'as, 18 kavs, for a kor, 180 kavs, a proportion of 1/10th. Everything depends on the quantity, and everything depends on the time. The greater the quantity, the more the shomer may deduct. The amounts lifted above are for each kor. And the longer the time it was in the shomer's care, the more he may deduct. The amounts listed above are for each year. The next Tana disputes the rule that everything depends on the quantity. Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri said, but why would the mice care about how much produce there is? Would they not eat the same amount whether from a large quantity or from a small quantity? The shomer therefore may not deduct a larger amount just because the deposited amount was larger. Rather, the law is that he deducts only the decreases listed above, which are for 1 kor, even if the produce given to him was much larger. For example, he deducts 9 half kavs from wheat, even if its original measure was 10 kors. A third opinion. Rabbi Yehuda says, if the amount of produce was large and the shomer was given the produce in the summer and returns it in the winter, he does not deduct anything for decreases caused by mice, because produce tends to expand in the winter. The volume of the expansion is about the same as the volume eaten by mice. The overall volume should thus remain the same, and so the shomer may not deduct anything.